Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Vincent. How you doing?
Okay, it's a strange week.
Yeah.
Because it's Tuesday already.
Tuesday already? We had a holiday?
But we are in a Monday mood.
Yep.
And
yep.
we also have a weekend mood.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. And
I
know. Thursday is a public holiday.
Yes, sir.
The National Day.
Yep.
And then Friday. And then weekend again.
And then boom, we're all done. We're all done. I know.
All right.
Know.
Yeah.
But like guys like you and I, we're entrepreneurs, right? No day off for us. I mean, I put in 8 hours yesterday working on a piece for a client. I mean, that's the way it goes.
Especially for the media.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Because
what do we have?
Okay. So the talk of the last couple of days, of course, has been all the anniversary stuff surrounding Occupy, all the stuff that went down. I mean, it's kind of hard to believe. Like a year ago, I was walking around taking pictures of like. I remember in particular, like these 3 16-year-olds, because I asked them all. They were sitting there with all their ponchos on and their goggles, ready for action. And then, of course, a couple of days later, which was yesterday, was when the tear gas hit the fan, so to speak. And it's funny because Facebook gave me one of those like, "Hey, here's a picture from a year ago. Do you want to share it again with everybody?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was me, like on the bridge over at Hutchison House, watching it for people to get tear gassed again." I got tear gassed. I think that was the third time. Right after that photo was taken off my BlackBerry. So that's been the talk of the town the last couple of days. The Pandems managed to muster 1,000 people out here.
Not really the Pandems, but mainly the People's Power.
Yeah, People's Power, but like the localists like chose not to come out. In their words, Occupy just simply didn't work, and so they weren't all that keen to commemorate it. There were about 50 Blue Ribbon Action senior citizens, they got their walkers out and they went down there to, kind of slag off Joshua Wong and Jimmy Lai and a few others. So we got some pictures of that on the website. But that's kind of been the talk of the last couple of days. As you would expect, Harbor Times did a big special on it. So that was all good. Lots of good stuff in there.
So you turned the umbrella upside down, huh?
We turned the umbrella upside down. And it's funny because we sent that off, and I know that one of the publications, the Will Remain Nameless, kind of used the same idea after us. But anyways, that happens sometimes. It's so people are just kind of reflecting on that and where we are now, right? And I think one of the things that people were concerned about then and should still be concerned about is the infiltration of kind of mainland priorities through the chief executive getting into our institutions, and we're going to see that again tonight, because remember, we're always trying to look forward. Tonight, Hong Kong University Council meets again.
Yep.
And if you want a word of the day, I'm going to go with insidious. Insidious, the influence creeping in there, except for you can't really call this under the radar influence anymore, because it's gotten to a point now where people are calling for a break in the structure such that the chief executive is no longer the chancellor.
Well, having said that,
to control
my worry is that there aren't actual proof.
Yep.
And there are actual channels.
Yes.
And there are actual system. And I think this is part of the post-Occupy psyche. Yep. That people, if they have their suspicions, they will just go for it. Yeah. Without any proof. I mean, that's not a very good sign.
Yeah.
I mean, they made up their mind. They think this is what is happening.
Yes.
And then they will organize people to try to bombard the system. Yeah. Whereas the system actually may have official channels for you to complain, to object to something. I think that's not a good sign. So people jump. Basically, people jump the queue.
Yeah. Well, it's a sign that people are losing trust in the system.
Yeah. So they jump the queue. They jump the queue. Yeah. So that's why insidious is the keyword for today. But I'm just worrying if Hong Kong people treasures the systems so much, then both sides should try to preserve it.
Yes.
And right now we didn't see that. Both sides are not preserving it. One side is abusing it. The other side is attacking it.
Yes. Yeah. And I think this is because I think some people have lost faith in the systems. And this is what happens, especially when people have a sense that transparency has been downgraded. They lose faith in the systems, and then they start circumventing it.
And the only solution, for that, for losing faith in the system, is to update the rules and regulations. Yeah. I mean, the system doesn't work because it does not keep up with the context. Yes. So you need to update the rules.
Well, there are the rules, and then there's the application of the rules, and then there's who is seen to be, who is maintaining that system. And I think all those things are important for institutional
I'm not that
integrity.
into the argument that people or individuals can tweak the rules to a large extent that the whole system fall apart. It's all an interaction. It's all an interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's all an interaction.
Yeah, there can be death by 1,000 cuts. I mean, those things where they kind of take a little bit here, take a little bit there.
Yeah, I know. But as long as you respect the system will not fall apart completely.
Yeah.
I mean, if both sides does not respect the system, then we don't even have a system at all.
Yeah.
So that's something we need to think about.
Yeah, and I think when people have faith in the system, either A, they trust it, or if people even if they don't have faith, there has to be a critical mass of people who agree with them that the system has a problem, for there to generate mass rallies or protests, and I know that's more and more the case.
I'm all for reform.
Yeah.
I'm all for reform and updating and innovation. The key is people who object to the system seldom come up with a new system.
In this town, unfortunately, that has been the case for some time. I think there's a reason.
I mean, you need an argument.
Yeah.
Or you have an argument.
Yeah.
And then you can have a counter argument.
Yeah.
Right? And in this town, we have arguments.
Yes.
And people just argue.
Yeah.
without a counter argument.
I think there's a reason for that, though. Like why is that in Hong Kong in particular, though? Why here? Like, it's not like the people are less bright. There are plenty of smart people here.
Oh, of course.
But I think we're in a phase right now where a couple of years ago, everybody got asked their opinions, everybody came up with ideas, everybody had changed the system, replaced it with this. We had those ideas. And then they were just all blown out of the water. It was like all your effort doesn't matter, and people gave up, and now they're in a phase of saying, we're just going to object. We did the thinking, we had the options, we had the alternatives, and they were all completely disregarded. So now they're just objecting. And the pendulum, it will take some time before I think it swings back to a point where people forget that.
But if you're referring to the constitutional reform,
that was one.
Yeah, if you're referring to but if you're referring to the constitutional reform, and I think other town planning issues, I think we are not using our brain enough.
Yeah.
I mean, if you come up with even brighter solutions, then somehow you can conquer it.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, people just give up, and I think this is...
I think we're in a phase of people have given up on that. They feel like there's a fundamental mismatch of values, and you can't have an agreement if you can't get those values aligned. And so it's going to take some time before people feel like they can start building again, but I don't know how long we're going to be in that phase, because it's a frustrating place to be.
Anyway.
But we will come, ideally Hong Kong will come out of it. Ideally. We'll see. We've got some people on our website who used to be idealists that are not idealists anymore. Francis Moriarty just wrote a piece for us. You can check on that. And then maybe tomorrow we can talk about Raymond Wong.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Catch you later.